Again, warmly welcome to our Sacred Pentagram full moon approach, and it's fourth day. As you saw, there was a mistake. So now we are after the full moon energies. And this full moon, if you had the possibility yesterday to be in the meditation, this is very, very powerful and meaningful full moon time. And also when we study the Vedic tradition, it becomes even deeper experience for us. I have been putting a lot of thoughts now to these ancient teachings. If we think about that, according to Master D.K., he has been describing, and Blavatsky as well, as earlier when humanity was younger, we had direct teaching from the masters and the great ones. And then came the war, big war in Atlantean times, and the forces of light lost the battle. And it was basically the reason that those souls from the moon chain had permission to now incarnate. And the weight was so strong, the materialistic weight was so strong for young humanity that it couldn't distinguish what was the good and what was not good. And that was causing this failure. So it is said by Tibetan that now we are living the similar times than then. That hierarchy has been waiting for this moment. And it is also because of the certain cosmic cycles goes inside and causing that possibility for us to make a very big leap and actually somehow reach the not exactly the level where the Venus is at the moment, but really coming closer to that where we were supposed to be. And the teaching, the Vedic teaching, is coming from those times. So when we study their tradition and the points which are relating to this full moon, we must take into consideration of that great opportunity. And I really want to emphasize for all of us this great opportunity of this full moon. And it is related to all these reasons and mysteries why we are human beings, why we have been born on this planet as the members of humanity. It is related to these stories of the descent of the solar angels, the contact with the inner side of life and making it real. Our job is when this seventh ray is nearing, our job is to combine these two, the worldly and out of the world. Next year, it is said by Tibetan that the souls of fourth ray souls are starting to incarnate. And that is about the ray of humanity. This full moon is relating us to the mysteries of the birth of humanity, relating us to the story of Manu and Manchia, the Christ principle or Vishnu aspect, how the second ray is saving from these catastrophic events that we were going through. In the form of a fish, this second ray and the second aspect of divinity is incarnating. Because of this very, very deep mythological and energetic opportunity for us. So let us put a little bit thought for that. And thinking also Shiva, this is the festival of Shiva at the same time when he is using only one arrow, and it means this one pointedness within us. When he kills the triple demon, which means all the lower planes, our triple lunar nature. Of course, we cannot do that yet, but we can put our thoughts into this intention and understand this great picture, what is going on. So have I now mentioned everything to have in our minds and really make this moment very sacred and meaningful, and for yourself when we're thinking about what we are rehearsing in the 12 heartbeats of peace meditation and having this set intention to gather together and invoke, demand together the same way. Demand from yourself now to make the most serious effort you ever have done in this life towards the next year during these last months. This is the time distribution of energies of the full moon. So let us align with that moment and with these ideas. The word for today is registration. Tipton asks, facilitate the growing realization of the group's accomplishment by adopting an inner attitude of registration by the mind of that which group soul has sought to impress at the moment of attempted and achieved contact during the full moon.
Let all mortal flesh keep silence, and with fear and trembling stand. Ponder nothing earthly minded, for with blessing in His hand, Christ our God to earth descended.
we have been working now some years to trying to really gain our sensitivity to really recognize the group work within. And these full moon times are those times that we are reflecting. We were meeting each other in the workroom of Master Decay. And those moments are for us the real moments of being able to rehearse ourselves what is the reality, what is that reality behind the scenes, and to learn scientific living. Thinking now the keywords for us: warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. So there is this idea of being victorious, and the energies pouring during this full moon is really much about that. I'm just putting still our full moon chart, and for us to recognize all the special ruler and the exoteric and esoteric ruler, their relationship being at the moment in opposition, which is in one sense of unity, even though it is the opposition. But it is in alchemy, it is about the merits. So there is that kind of aspect. And it's really interesting to see that they are not in the opposing signs. Thus the Pluto is just almost in the sign of Aquarius. And the Mars is in Leo. But this contact during this time is very potent for us to realize. Through Pluto, we are having the contact with Syrian forces. So let us align to these powerful energies which are bringing for us the victory. When we are able to respond to these high energies and learning to be enough sensitive, the star Sirius is about freedom. Through Sirius pores, or Syrian disciples or Syrian initiates, they are teaching us the law of karma, which is the law of freedom and being victorious. And now when we are ending our testing time and our time of certain education and possibility, our dharma and duty to prepare the way, we are preparing ourselves to the graduation. I'm going to maybe we will have a little meeting and talking about the group initiation, because we have to take these things seriously, what Tibetan talks about. And we could reason that when we have this kind of hierarchical moment, it is always meaning that in inner planes, some of the higher ones are going to move into the next step for them. And thus also down here, it means that we are moving upwards. And what it is about the work is very much about meditative work, And this group initiation is the means how we are moving forward. The full moon is also related to Pluto via trine. Very important to realize, and with conjunction of Uranus. Uranus is about new, and it is also initiative energy. Also Neptune, which is sextiling still with Pluto, and Christ, the Neptune, is the initiator. So keep this chart again in your mind when you are now having this 1 month to the next full moon. These full moons and new moons before maybe Vesak, but as you know that we cannot know when the conclave is going to happen, but just have these new moons and full moons. Study them a little bit more seriously, even though you would not know about astrology, because they are telling for us how these energies are now going to be performing us these scientific facts. And the sun is in the third decanate of Scorpio, and behind that third decanate is the constellation of Hercules. And Hercules for us is the prototype of the incarnated soul, and his struggles and his victories are to be studied by us. In Scorpio, he is victorious. He will beat the Hydra and use Mercury. And Mercury is also, it's the highest ruler. And now it is in Sagittarius, which is the sign of a disciple. Hercules is upside down in the heavens, and it is indicating the third degree. Whenever we have this kind of position that the head is downwards, upside down, so it means that the energy flows towards the head center. So reflect just a moment for yourself. I'm sorry, something happens here. So reflect for yourself this moment we are having, and the full moon energies. I'm asking all of us to really recognize the moment, the way that you would not let these energies pass, to have with yourself time to sit down and deeply think about your Dharma and your responsibility to hierarchy as the Hercules who is striving in all of those labors towards his destiny as a soul. So let us still go a little bit about this other side, energetic side of this full moon, which is about the power in this full moon. It is also said that this is the festival of fire and thus related to the Lord Agni. An ancient Vedic deity named Agni enchants this moonlight with the purifying power of fire, even though Scorpio is the sign of water. Fire transforms and digests, and like a phoenix that rises from the ashes, ultimately brings new life. Just turn in this idea that whatever difficulties you have had, so use your magical imagination and think about this moment that these fires would really work in you, and then preparing you during the time of the forerunner. We are walking this step by step in different stations, the last stations in the era of the forerunner. So let us use, if you so wish, that look everything what needs to be burnt away, and use the energy of the opportunity of the full moon. Aligning with the idea of illumination, and that you and us as a group would rise victoriously as the phoenix bird, and let all what has to be burnt to be burnt. And also in the ceremony, you could write in the paper what you want to transform. But let us focus upon transformation and to be metamorphosis, transformation to phoenix and to new life. As the Master says in Scorpio, by kneeling we rise. As a group, let us imagine how the Hydra is now brought into the air of Buddhi, while on our knees, and we will rise into new life. When Solar Logos was contemplating, it is said that he was brooding in his mind, and then he was visualizing step by step, and then he was ready for manifestation. This is about the magical work. As one is touching the energies and calling for these deic forces within one's mind and setting forth the pattern of manifestation. These full moon moments are for us those great possibilities, and this is especially that full moon. Putting forward completely new rhythm and completely new vision. Hold this in your mind for the future, what you were imagining hold them in your mind and magically pave already the way for the manifestation for next year. In your creative imagination, go forth into your sacred garden and see the constellation Scorpio above your head. Purified and calm. Reflect in your mind the world situation. And walk towards your sacred chapel, your temple. Walk inside and towards the altar. Align with your group of brothers and sisters around the world. In the silence of the temple, place upon the altar the indigo blue rose as the sign of our work. Sending your blessings. And calling the higher forces. Sending the angels around the world to help the suffering humanity. And knowing that with your brothers and sisters, your co-workers, you are building the islands of light or pillars of light for those who are seeking, that they would find the way back turning your thoughts to Sri Lakshmi, the planet Venus, the soul aspect of our Earth, the twin sister, trying to contemplate upon the mystery of these sacred patterns in the sky, the sacred pentagram or five-petaled rose, how these three are related to each other, the Earth, Venus, and the Sun, thus by their conjunctions during the 8 years, this beautiful pattern is completed. See the five-pointed star above the group, the star of initiation, the star, the symbol that our Lord, our Father Sanat Kumara, throws forward during the initiations. See that star above the group, and through which the energy of Sirius, the light, the initiation light, pours through the star and filling the aura of the group. Strengthening and uplifting, enlightening the minds, organizing the minds of the group. Within the star, in the center, appears the indigo blue rose, and which starts to rotate, and thus forming the indigo blue disc, a secret door within. You are standing behind the door, align with that which is behind the door, listening carefully. And hear the call from inside, and see the door opening. And walk through the door. Before your eyes appears indigo blue lotus, 108 petaled lotus, living lotus. Every single petal represents one particular divine power, an antidote against 108 sins. Transforming all these sins into light. You are standing upon one of the petals. and your sisters and brothers upon their petals. Everyone holding one of those sacred names and powers. Thinking about the chalice that the group is building upon the mental plane by sounding these sacred names and powers. The virtues are built into that chalice. Align that chalice. Recognize the quality of it. All these virtues, those magical powers, built into that chalice of the Christ consciousness. Study it and know that this is the chalice that is going to be given to Christ next year in a special ceremony. Every week now we sound a particular name of Sri Lakshmi. And for this week we have the flame-like Deepta. This sacred flame burns everything into light. We will sound now 108 times our sacred name and Deepta. And when you sound these, visualize at the same time how this craped energy pours through the group, pours everywhere there where is darkness, and changes it into light. Let us sound now 108 times our sacred name and Deepta. Align with the chalice and recognize the changes, visualizing how the chalice is overflowing with these sacred energies, and bring illumination and freedom into humanity. So let us imagine now the work which has been done from full moon to full moon. The hierarchy waits with patience the fruition of its efforts after doing all that can be done on all planes. Full moon time is the one of hierarchy's moment of cooperation with humanity via disciples. Tibetan says, I would ask you to make a careful record every full moon from 2 days before until 2 days after the full moon of all experiences and visions. So reflect them, and while reflecting, also create for the next era, 1 month, the symbol or your motto, which is carrying you forward and keeping you on the track. Tibetan is asking that it, when used for a while and during the 1 month, it would become so powerful that the furthest of co-worker and the member of the group could feel the power of this. It is some kind of sacred talisman or tool. So let us work with this and your reflections. the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. As we stand in the presence of the Christ, let us bless now, sisters and brothers. Let us bless our sisters and say, I bless you, my beloved sisters, the mothers of the Christ. Let us bless our brothers and say, I bless you, my beloved brothers, the protectors of the Christ. May the blessings of the great ones fall through the group, over the worlds and all the kingdoms of nature. Dearest friends, we will end here, but let us still think we have the sacred time for a few days of the full moon. So use these times very well and think about what we are supposed to fulfill, that we will be used and we can be used. And now it is up to us. So dearest friends, good night now from Finland. And we meet again tomorrow. There is also Donald Trump's Secret Doctrine tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT. So we will meet. And good night from Finland. Lots of love.